I said, that's really nice. And then the next call was like, he's British. And I said, well, that's really nice. And then eventually the third time around it was like, he's a prince. And at that point, she said, it's Harry. And I said, oh, Harry, okay. And she said, of course, we'll have to call him H so no one knows that we're talking about Harry. It's H. And then we talked about that. Eventually, I spoke to him as well. Very nice man, gentleman. Very likable, so.
I mean, that moment when you're told your daughter, even though she was by then a very successful actress in her own right, and she was on a big show in America called Suits, but the moment that she tells you she's dating Prince Harry, who is one of the heirs to the throne of the British monarchy. I mean, you're being very relaxed about this, Thomas, but most fathers would be like, wow, what?
Well, of course it's wow. It comes out as a wow, but, this is my daughter. My daughter is certainly a prize for him as well. So I don't have, yeah, he's great. He's an interesting guy. He's a prince, but my daughter's a princess, and today she was born. I don't have a problem with that. So.
Very often, of course, when there's someone special in your life and you want to introduce them to your father. But have you actually ever sat down with Prince Harry? Or has your contact with him only ever been over the phone?
It's been over the phone, always over the phone. We have yet to see each other face to face. We've had interesting conversations on the phone. He's a smart guy. His politics are a little long. We talked a few times about Donald Trump and Brexit, things like that, and he's an interesting guy.
What were his views on Donald Trump, for example?
Our conversation was, I was complaining I didn't like Donald Trump. He said, give Donald Trump a chance. I sort of disagreed with that, but I still like Harry. That was his politics. I have my politics. So.
Do you think he's actually a Trump?
We had conversations about it.
Do you think he's a Trump supporter, Thomas, or?
I would hope not now, but at the time he might have been.
And what were his views on Brexit? Because obviously it's a huge issue in this country, is Britain's decision to leave the European Union.
I'm sorry, say that again, please.
I just wonder, you mentioned that he talked about Brexit with you. What were Prince Harry's views on Brexit?
It was just a loose conversation about something that we have to try. There was no real commitment to it.
Why do you think he was in favour of it?
I think he was open to the experiment.
Right. This is all gripping stuff. It's gripping stuff because you're Prince Harry's father-in-law. Let's go back to that first time that you spoke to him on the phone. You, I guess, were at your home in
Mexico.
In Mexico, and Meghan puts him on the phone to you. What was the first thing he said to you?
He said, hello, Thomas. And I said, hi, Harry. And it became a conversation back and forth, mostly about politics. He was asking me how I was feeling that day. And I was telling him how unhappy I was with the president, or with the idea of Trump. And that's how it began. But then, we talked a little bit about how they met and how happy they were with each other. And that was pretty much it for the first conversation.
Do you remember when that first conversation was?
I can't give you a date, no. It was certainly a few months or so before the announcement of an engagement.
And did he sound nervous when he spoke to you? Or were you nervous when you spoke to him?
No. No, actually, he's quite easy to talk to. He's a very comfortable person to talk to. I wasn't nervous. We're 10,000 miles apart. It's hard to be nervous for something I'm talking to on the phone. So.
As the relationship progressed, obviously Meghan's been married before, she's been divorced. As her father, you've been through that first marriage. I would imagine you would have just been a little bit cautious for her that this time round, if it was going to head that way, that she made the right decision, I guess. When did you think that maybe, just maybe, she was going to get married again?
That came a few months later, or even later than that. I'm not sure exactly when, but my daughter's very intelligent. She knows how to choose who she wants to be with. She's a smart girl. And she made a good pick, didn't she? So.
Well, we like to think so, Mr. Markle. Yes, we like to think so. But I rather like your line that she's always been your princess. I've had the good fortune of meeting Meghan actually, and she's a very impressive woman in many ways. And she was before she met Harry, and they do seem perfectly well suited. When was the moment that you discovered that they were going to get married? Did Harry ring you and ask for permission?
Actually, Meghan told me first, and at that time, then a few times after that, Harry got on the phone with Meghan. They called me together, and Harry asked for her hand over the phone, and I said, "You're a gentleman. Promise me you'll never raise your hand against my daughter, and of course I give you my permission."
I mean, that's quite a moment. You're giving permission to Prince Harry of the British royal family to marry your daughter.